you ready to take in some new information around how you can elevate your own performance? And are you ready to open your mind to a few new ways of looking at things? We're going to talk about how you approach your day, remaining positive, all these sort of things. I'm going to look at that, talk around that in a little bit more depth around our mindset and the values that we bring with us to work as well. I'm going to talk about obviously what makes a star performer, and we'll roll that through in the 7 secrets as we explore those in greater detail as well. And also, how do you approach your relationships? Now, when I talk about relationships, I'm not necessarily talking about with your loved ones as well, but with your clients, your colleagues, and all those people that you may come into contact with in a professional sense across your work life as well. And number 4, what is it that you are seeking to achieve from your life, be it your personal, professional, career, whatever that might be? The great thing about your mindset, well, it's really about how you can influence your own motivational levels, your own activity levels, your own productivity levels, and the direction that you really take yourself in whatever aspect of your life that you're choosing, whether it's, as I said, personal, career, professional, and all those sort of things. Now, the 5 success principles don't guarantee you success, all right? So I want to make that straight up front. But what they found was that if you apply these principles, you increase your probability or your likelihood of getting a successful outcome for yourself in whatever area that you're choosing to do so. The other part to how we approach our day is our values. Values essentially the signposts of our life. They determine what we're prepared to accept for ourselves, what we won't accept for ourselves, and they'll also determine what we will tolerate from others and what we won't tolerate from others. And being clear on what we value will go a long way to determining the level of success, conversely, or the lack of success that we get within our own lives. So we get onto the 7 secrets. So bang, right between your eyes. You are 100% responsible for your results. There's 3 types of people in the world. All right, we can broadly group people into 3 types of people. There's those who make things happen. They're off getting things done. They're out there doing it. There's those who watch what happens. They're watching him going, oh, what's he doing? He looks busy. I'm not sure what he's doing. Then there's those that stand back a step further and they just wonder what happened. They're just scratching their head and going, well, something's changed, but I don't know what. I didn't know. I didn't even know something was going on, but I noticed something's changed. Secret number 2, there is no failure, only feedback. Ken Blanchard, the author of The 1 Minute Manager, said feedback is the breakfast of champions. If we have our mind open to take it in, then we become a learning machine. We suddenly set ourselves up to literally deliver just a limitless level of potential and performance, because we're always learning, we're always open to other people's ideas. And not necessarily about whether it's right or wrong, but simply taking that feedback, spinning it into what's going to work for us. So secret number 3 is that you have all the resources that you will ever need. I just want to tell you a little story about Roger Bannister, English middle distance runner, and he decided in the late 40s that he was going to be the man to break the 4-minute mile. People said it was what? Said it was impossible. And 2 years before the Melbourne Olympics, 1956, on the 6th of May in Oxfordshire, Iffley Road track, he broke the 4-minute mile. Pretty impressive effort for the time. No one had ever done it on the face of the planet. Do you know what's even more amazing than that? In the next 12 months, 44 other runners broke the 4-minute mile. These guys just suddenly realised that, well, it's all in me. I've got the same 2 lungs and heart and 2 legs, 2 arms. We'll just copy him. What did they do? They modelled his systems, his methods, his characteristics, and they got the same result. Perfect example of the power of modelling as well. So what's most important there is that that you have all the resources you need. Secret number 4, be aware of your inner critic. This could also be titled Beware Your Inner Critic. It's been estimated that we have 65,000 words of self-talk every day. That's the little chatter that goes on inside our head. The worrying aspect of it, more than 90% is negative. But our inner critic has a purpose, and its primary purpose is to keep us safe. And it's about having a good relationship with that little voice that goes on inside your head. Because, as I said, we're going to believe everything of what it tells us, what we see through it, and what we hear through it as well. And it's not about silencing this inner critic, this voice that we hear, but it's about recognising whether what's it saying is useful or is not useful. This is absolutely my favourite of the 7 secrets. You get what you focus on. And what's so powerful about this particular secret is that, well, what we focus on is at the heart of everything that we do. And the flip is that, having a single-minded focus on positive outcomes will generate opportunities that we may otherwise miss. So put your arm just out straight. Your focus is going to be keeping your arm up. My focus is going to be on pushing your arm down. All right? Bit of a battle of wills.
Use my right arm.
Whichever one. All right? So let's go for it. Okay, let's go for it. So you just keep your arm up. Keep your arm up. Keep your arm up. Good. Keep your arm up. All right? So when you've got a sharp focus, you can pretty much accomplish whatever you need to do. What happens when you lose focus? Pop your arm up. Ready? Do it again. All right? Ready? Down you go. It's pretty easy to make it move down. Put your arm up again as well. All right? So you keep it up from there. Keep it up from there. And down your arm goes. So the moment that you lose your focus, it's pretty easy to realise that you get off track. Secret number 6. So get out of your comfort zone. Now the comfort zone, it's a physical incarnation. That's why we say it's time to step outside of our comfort zone. Comfort zone is a behavioural state within which a person operates in an anxiety-neutral condition. They're using a limited set of behaviours to deliver a steady level of performance, usually without risk. But the critical thing and the key thing that I want you to get out of this is that we actually need stress in our life. We need a level of stress in order for us to operate. Okay? Sure, there's a tipping point, absolutely, but we actually need stress in order to perform. In order to deliver our peak performance, we need some stress in our life. 7 secrets. Lucky number 7, let go of your ego. But the ego has a purpose as well. Like everything that we do, it has a purpose, and its purpose is that it's there to meet our basic needs. It's there to take care of our level 1 thinking, moving back there. So it looks after the things that are good for us and make us feel good, and don't hurt others. When our ego gets out of control, it starts to blur the lines of what's right and what's wrong. We can't distinguish between good and bad, and at the heart of what it does, it reduces the connection that we have with others. When our ego gets out of control, we start to look around at other people and say, well, you're not good enough. It's simply just about acceptance of others. Just accepting other ideas, other methods, other approaches to a problem, other people's traits, other people's characteristics, not needing to be right. So there we go, we made it to the end. So we covered off on how you approach your day. So we talked about that through our mindset and our values, what we value, what the things are that we do, the actions that we take in a day to make us feel essentially happy with what we've done and the ways in which we go about achieving that. We've talked about mindset, the importance of developing a growth mindset as well, what that provides for ourselves either as an individual or as an organisation or as a team. What are we working towards from there? We talked about what makes a star performer in those 7 secrets. As I said, not necessarily always the right answer, but certainly perhaps can light a few fires in you and take you back to giving you some inspiration in other areas of your life to apply in there as well. And we talked about, within that framework of the 7 secrets, how you approach your relationships, either with each other, family, friends, customers, clients, colleagues. So let's wrap it up. So the 7 secrets are: star performers take 100% responsibility for the results they're getting, so they will be at cause. Star performers know there is no failure, there's only feedback. They have all the resources they could ever need within them. They're aware of, but don't necessarily listen to their inner critic. They get what they focus on to the exclusion of everything else. Star performers are willing to get out of their comfort zone, and they know when to let go of their ego.